Sina go to better Nidia ya passia. Dientia make us a passia yasa Ghana hadia your friend ITC. I international transfer kwabena yasa kwa idea medu ye na media. Yasa Manchester for the kremo. Say no so wan the kremo kwabena nkoma kakra. Meti ayasa La Liga for no ansam enyankai. Afa no mu hwanim say ade no betimi akwakodu odom say akoba say nyakodu ode a ene Barcelona game a eno mbaba banter de Marcus Rashford enso betima bo sa game tinti Barcelona Abrante Equire, Sabi Beer to me repair. One I Juan Garcia, who met me and your Monday, and also Yankobaka Car, a total Ewo Jumedia so, Yaka Antoine Samayon, Nincoman de Atom Pato, with himself not the game no, Yaposin Kaka, Tama Raffini Wessoya, Atas Mokwa Nayan Chassia, near the enemy show, Ebia Vana de Noya, Nebia, this is in Abana, Raffini Equaco communicating at the Acha Air players and Quincy, you will say free players no a France lot no a Fran Doni Edoma Banu Akasa Gomasum Yewuse na me wuse what happy Antoine Semenyo betinam say na papa Antoine Semenyo de naba kwabra sa de sia say Bobby Ekoto an Antoine Semenyo kofa ball no say oto na me wu ya ne say Abrante ba ko ti hwitemu wa ha say ne Antoine Semenyo kasa kwabra minim so o man fans say nya fans yo wo di akwana tem and yes racial abuse what man to us na Sam to flo na okoka che Anthony Taylor say akwabite ententano ho na wadina tama in fact say o man ka bibi antana e ba ha adwene pa na e wona ma refi no enso poso game nti mo amanya opportunity na Abrante no ana chese ti hwi chamu no in fact asampa wakacha anto asemanyo de besina enya de sa ba beto dwabara enkoma kakra yen seka say anto asemanyo kache refi no na say refi no so take decision na fezo mutimi resolve ansa na game no beto aso a game na tima to aso kwansi ye wi an say wo mo escort Abrante no e de na free pitch ne so and you said the La Liga Pato Premier League for no abase say we are fan na Oko Park no so na obi be report say racially we abuse na kwabna they are so be you free stadium ho and another Abrante no wo mu yi no enso free game no ma another so timi hwe game no enso ewie no yankowa kakwa etotwa e wo dwuma de so another antrase benyo with himself onu sum etimi nya go na yesi say no who pay players are wo ma ba ay Anfield aba be say 2+ goals are and 10 players be numpe ana chaso ma sadia no na Abrante ne de Fernando ay Lorente 2017 what the ay Liverpool boboko no and so na Christian Benteke what also 2017 na where the same thing Eke Gonohan 2021 what also be yo mubi Leandro Trossard 2022 wo be yo mbi ansa na Antoine Semenyo and so ababe 2+ goals and so one fedenti and then come back akwa total na another after the game no and Liverpool boboko no at this statement at the Bible and say in fact another allegation about say woman and so at the racist abuse at the man Antoine Semenyo and as AFC Bournemouth former player in fact woman Liverpool boboko and the sabe woman so sanse munu so nemom woman timi nka hwe kopim say there say Premier League no at so mo investigations emom domo kan say woman de bibi ebesi bia no won beboa am investigations no so atimi akoso ye na nipa bonfo bia ne hubom no ene omo so tu atimi atwi ene yankoba kakwa so etoja wuko AFC Bournemouth kwabena domo de ato woman so Twitter handle nie woman so great player but above all great human being and omo de ba na do omo de full stop ne di so panyan and omo ba say omo say only strong character so such resilience in those circumstances and at so omo de ba omo wi na omo de full stop ne so panyan and omo stand ba down and omo say we love you and all with you Antoine and at say AFC Bournemouth at the abantini tintini tete nya say another dey see racial abuse no omo de ma Abrante no but AFC Bournemouth boboko no at Abrante na ti Quincy and you say Premier League match center and so at the leagues at the aba release omo de ba say omo so nya ntia say racial abuse Antoine Semenyo na omo so no at tire at so omo ni Liverpool omo aka omo ntoma at the see ani anipa bonfo bia no bon sa the investigators and so say course no man Antoine Semenyo in fact omo de omo amfo fa sa samane no so and to Premier League no be de omo be bia sa ne man to be so no ebetime twa no yankoba kakwa etoja Anslot mpacho wono so ekasa woye head coach Edma Liverpool no tase no ada de to an transfer no eya de tase ha dwene ye pa clear statement about Bontin in the position of Liverpool boboko no and 20 min kasa bebre bra jobaka yase no ada one an transfer no ekasa mo kacha Branton say nipa bia ne hu bom no mbehwe abo ma tase nipa bonfo no wo metima tintiane Anslot nkoma kakwa wode tudwa ewo dwumade so na na pe no ye de won komani bi ade eda won enti yenwie o tsos ho no me na ma me basa no enso fato aso
okay enti yento aso na yemfa stories ni bi emetefo nyina e show no so live on Nhyira 104.5 FM na ma me fato anim say wo kwa Chelsea Andrew Chelsea manager je fence Enzo Maresca ne pre-match press conference e bass no against him je from say Crystal Palace nyame aduma ochina no manager na esa call press conference okoka say after say Brand fence Levi Cowell e prayer no go be press conference e ka say we hear new center back na Andrew manager na esa sisu biem say we hear new center back ni nyina ne say manager na say last season team a from say Chelsea omobo Premier League game e wa we edit team from say Bournemouth na say game omobo en oba Brand fence Wesley Fofana back three no one ene bom finfin na ogidie pass the first 45 minutes last season gombo edit team a from say Bournemouth e wa we no the worst 45 minutes ono go buy wa bo edema Chelsea Chelsea Brand fence Levi Cowell woni replacement e Chelsea team no na manager na to aso say yemfa to obi anim say Brand fence Benoit Badiashile we be a conference final against Sima je from say Real Betis or Poland one also obon centrally e back three and also ankoye after team from say Chelsea over here second game no first half Chelsea na omu trail team you from say Real Betis by a goal to no second half and the Levi Cowell e be Benoit Badiashile and sana Chelsea out over 10 scoreline awene 4-1 and the manager GDA passes this season say enoma be ko kama adema Chelsea e was a Chelsea sporting directors no go man new center back and the Chelsea manager fence Enzo Maresca say go here new center back and what in yebusa say attackers no enoma e ko say na manager say o Chelsea o attackers na go share o right wingers na go mo Pedro Neto and what William Estevao Aba and what you number 9 o mo Liam Delap and what Joao Pedro and so go Brand fence Nicolas Jackson din na manager say Nicolas Jackson any Chelsea and a training mum say one team mobile from team from say Chelsea na over here team and as Brand fence Nicolas Jackson you be season last season no go kodi red card edit team je from say Newcastle United away enti cast accumulation yami aduma Chelsea game a watch na Everton no Brand fence Nicolas Jackson enti mobi na manager na say amfa to obi am say Jimmy Gittins and after Tariq George almost name still Chelsea enya winker and I manager fence Enzo Maresca kakra and the two our pre-match press conference and now pay won some emetio for na el show so na Chelsea our Colabia friend Josh Achampong where a central defender was at me as right back na mami fan to him say yes Man City for ne by say omo pa Brand fence Josh Achampong Chelsea for ekatrom say Brand fence Josh Achampong one year for sale one Anton and what Bournemouth at the loan e by Chelsea Arjate Chelsea Brand fence Josh Achampong were very important player at my team je from say Chelsea and no pay no je dey won some emetio for na el show no so after Christopher Nkunku and by Munchin Sansem no je even say can still deal no either so I on na Chelsea for GDA pass on betima ton Brand and as on betima ton Abrantia je from say Javi Simons I just on ton Christopher Nkunku e man call na je mean say can say personal terms there on betima agree name of diaka say Chelsea ebetiase na tima je from say by Munchin atisika so say Chelsea demand 40 million euros and sana majai am Brand fence Christopher Nkunku one so etimako na Javi Simons then you say ben say 3 weeks and I say 2 weeks ni team from say by Munchin ekoye concrete enquiries just omukodin komo akra RB Leipzig ebusa say Javi Simons anyabia no gomo tona ebeye na Javi Simons on say already one there was Chelsea na and opento aka no e the team you from say by Munchin just say Chelsea omunoma ye kakra bia gomo sa ebeka Brand fence Javi Simons dem say can say personal terms I agreed 100% aka say Chelsea any team je from say RB Leipzig commercial agreement na for Brand fence Javi Simons abesina kan ma team you from say Chelsea na no pay no je the update emetio for el show no so na team from say Crystal Palace omo manager Oliver Glasner nyankopon ya duma ochina woni Chelsea enable na Oliver Glasner say every single player Chelsea team no e was say Crystal Palace omo focus ekwaso esan say Chelsea team no bon omo ni bopa na enya by fluke say omo gi FIFA Club World Cup no say what na say our team from say Chelsea go bin kan say bon omuni bo oma improve enti also omo mani call a team from say Chelsea players no one and now pay yere won sem MTF for nyina e show no so live on Nhyira 104.5 FM na Richardo the attention on say Carlos Baleba e ba say team from say Manchester United epe na and now pay ya the me say can say according to Alertis omo say Manchester United Eko Brighton Eko din komo say komo pe abrantie fa ne say Carlos Baleba na yese Tony Bloom ene Paul Baba eka che Manchester United for ne say wonye for sale memo say mo so din na chenchina wo beto dia Moses Caicedo sika na bia 150 million pounds nti yese Apostle Manchester United the game mo se nyame adoma samon beba
Person
150
for Baleba
21 years
why dey
na se Caicedo ko to no nya hwe
okay entrance na mawi
anyo do open ya bro
sa Tony Bloom
why have you Caicedo ni enzo 220 million enti eje club work up
sa Tony Bloom ne Daniel Levy museum no mtin la no di no Baleba say 150 omo mo so mo nton omo na de omo di player ba say mo se chenchena mbeto okay
ti mbeto de ma bobo
anti ya twen
ba ma twen yes aposo mo je
all right you enjoy the video so 4.5 952 join a live our Facebook in 4.5 and no Facebook at there and no Samsung and YouTube Nhyira TV channel so said the most attractive league in the world. The English Premier League, you know, the most watched league has started and Friday night. Na enyasam kitwa kra defending champions. Liverpool nominate and Bournemouth. Na given nyamien mkreni na efe papa end-to-end action. Liverpool share 4 Bournemouth at the economy no. The other games, of course, Nenichina, La Liga, the French League, transfers, Nindinano, Odianisha, Power Sports, and then Anopenti. Someone joining live on Facebook. Na Ebrabesha show ni be live. Samsung na YouTube, Nhyira TV. Subscribe. Na yeba live be also no. Wait to me enya notification. Na I a part of the show. Fifi Manfred. Mr. Kwachi. Good morning.
Now, what's it?
Adom divine selection. Ibiakai. I know when Owenza. Uni paid it. Kofi.
We are very fine.
Lagwache.
Mr. Smith Donkor. But we didn't name the power.
And I'm a coffin. I ran to go home. Yeah, the child myself. This season, dear, I can't be near. And I was never again in CBM with that.
Or you mean any Babonino?
Or trouble and Jimmy.
But no, many Babonini. I didn't know who's young for but I say, some cousin me, Babonini.
Because so almost naturally no more. Almost at the beyond our PM to us. They made it down.
Obia will be PM to us. Not Nipa or no. Enka yon komo no ho aba no abeka se rich na meetie wo office me sha small kana me share matiefo rich is not serious into my moon taking it serious na what sounds we gina so can more nti enye me
because you pushed me
to the extent that obi be you film now so esa go to
push me afi na me yam wenyi na fi de emfa
yo oye
okay
so for the media mati na rich
but Kofi where they fetch me Mr. blood donation ya chance here
oh you can come by we can
sure any family
because blood donation is a very important part Mr. utie no aba wa be twimoja nyame adom me the select few of Nipa or blood group no Omuntimi receive from every other blood group, but Omangasa blood group, but only universal donors, the whole blood group. No? So every time, last time I say me donate, in fact, it was good. From senior high school, they me donate. It's something that I do. It's me show. Okay. Oh yeah, in and around the take has here. brother 4 Courts of Love and Nhyira FM. Now, brother Chu Moja Kakra. You never know. It may go a long way to save somebody.
Sure.
And obey Nhyira at the amount.
And then that perception is how Chu Moja is if you grass or which we
don't even any see a come as because it doesn't exist.
So what is our name and be a bogu bra?
Which it is all bogu crack in Honum, so we shouldn't even talk about it.
Why?
Yeah, you see, say in Kofoka say the English Premier League is the best Liga. I want to know from your TF1 Chef.
Okay.
Why do they say it's the best league? A storylines no, a drama no, and I say a born and can say Kosovo Park or so. I don't know in your opinion, what makes the English Premier League, let's say even if it's not the best, one of the best leagues in the world?
Because a full package.
Full package. To be drama kakra. Drama. Be born be
sure. Because when you say team it is a Bournemouth.
Yeah.
If you're on paper, Bournemouth is a big team.
Yeah. Surprise, you know.
But so shall Liverpool be man match.
On any bebo.
Sunderland.
Yeah.
Those who cost stadium of light.
Yeah.
On a match.
Yeah. And they are coming back again this season.
Omo babi.
Omo good quality omo deba.
Omo top players.
I think in your
BBB a full package.
Yeah. Now can you spot on. And right. When time a game ni ba start na me hu sa images we. Now, after the Liverpool fans, no, any of the players you never walk alone. In a season opener, the game reminded me of why the English Premier League is the best in the world, arguably, and also why Liverpool, your club, they are the best clubs at invoking emotions. Which, see, ABA to club, and I say, BB, we need to get a win. Or something has happened to us, and then we need to make sure say you be using the emotions of your fans, build on it, and then get what you want as a club. Which no club comes close to Liverpool. Because enough from the off of the passing of Diogo Jota, they made it about Diogo. They made it okay, and then we have to get a job done. We have to make sure we do things in his honor, and then whatever happens, we'll get a result. Whether Bournemouth is the best team or the best team or whatever, they will get a job done. It started with this Tifu. And when the players were walking out to the tunnel, it was a Diogo Jota night reminded by the fans of Liverpool to the players. So we need to pay good homage to Omo. And look at this. Friend is saying, Ruth, Diaz, Duarte, Mafalda. Anfield will always be your home. You will never walk alone. Started to set the tempo for the night. Which Liverpool, so we a club now say, oh, Corona say, it's not good for you. It is not good for you at all.
Because fans in the intimidating.
They will also already natural, only intimidating club. Now, Obia Freeman, they want to show something.
Look at the last 5. Like you didn't end that members of the game.
It was too
the
loud.
Supporters and the man. Really.
It was too loud.
They don't be Yagu as well.
Omo is such a brilliant club in terms of emotional invoking and building on side emotion. Rich, here to the game in itself.
Okay.
Makacho, why I have slight worry about Liverpool not being able to retain on the title. When the game started yesterday, I saw it. And it's in what we call the rest defense. Even before I talk about the Liverpool goals, which was brilliant, I need to talk about this. Rich, Liverpool, the absence of a ground inter in this space. And also, until Fran Viet will build the off-the-ball counter-pressing strength and intensity, maybe they would have to deal with Sadio MBC. Rich, this is the lead up to Antoine Semenyo's second goal. Look at the position of Liverpool back three. That's the friend of rest defense. Rest defense, no ASA. Team not calling him not all pressing. The rest of the defense not kawechino. That is the rest defense. Look at it. Ibu Konate is in here. There is a branch here. Their friend of Andy Robertson on the other side. Then Virgil van Dijk in the middle. Still, you're able to go on and win. And these 10 overs from teams is going to be a big deal. But make a show on Twitter. I've been thinking about it. Share one shady yard. This will not be a problem for Liverpool in a slot. And we need to make us rich. Almost the most consistent goal scorer in Europe in the last few years in Mohamed Salah. Almost the adventure friend Hugo Ekitike, who has good numbers in the German Bundesliga, and he has hit the ground running 2 games, 2 goals. They have a very, very good creator in Florian Wirtz, who they've added to their team. And then they want to add a branch of Ishak, another proven and seasoned scorer in the English Premier League. Rich, Nietiani say, Tisani see your Anfield and Nana Jono. Say Liverpool SL 2, and I say Liverpool shoe or SL 4. Who said 3 or SL 4? Who said 1 or SL 2? So Liverpool have the tendency of outscoring teams, even though they have midfield issues.
But so being so can say, okay, Ebia war or front three, they can score.
Yeah.
But what of Ukushiatin, which is Chelsea, the Arsenal, so equally good defense that they can match Ebia or front three,
Yeah.
So Sabens was show 2 and 3. Better no be come back.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Say from now till say Anna slot ever resolve the structural issues of the FIFA, almost strength here say they can outscore you.
You gonna pay my Liverpool fans.
Yeah.
Almost feel so much. Van Dijk, for instance, will be able to.
For me, it was
2 goals now and 1 7 your share.
Any book could not. And centrally there were problems. But the strength is that Obetimi outscore. And that is what said Liverpool able to scale through it. For me, that is where the strength.
For how long?
It's a problem saying they can't be before the season started. And they know. And now Ryan Gavin Beckambo, last season it was very important for them on making one of the most interceptions in the English Premier League. Yes, on your natural 6, but he gives them more cover. And I think that when he comes, he's going to help them. Rich, I loved that first goal from a branch friend Hugo Ekitike. Who said the strength of Ekitike as a player is that on the natural number 9 or Gina boxing, so she go Nibia. Rich Ekitike was in the middle of the pack. And Okoko far ball nearby. When the ball took a ricochet of him and Oko boxing, that is the strength of a branch friend Hugo Ekitike. Rich, on the boxing, he has the calmness to score a goal. But before he gets into the box, he is also a player or involved in play and also a creator in that area. I love that branch friend Hugo Ekitike now getting that first goal. Cody Gakpo the second one, and then 2-2 Antoine Semenyo. See, Antoine, everybody knows. Hey, Antoine is a top player.
You hold that play.
Yeah.
Says ya Bobo Amano. Unjina bonus on Tene. Emma pass.
Antoine is a top player. Whatever you want to make of a player, and the ball striking ability, and a ball striking ability, he is such a brilliant guy now. And you see, whatever happened, Liverpool won the game, but Antoine was the talk of the day for a good reason and also for a bad reason. Rich, who is it? Mohamed Salah last goal or share, or the celebration of Diogo Jota? Who's the Diogo Jota celebrating or Bonnie SMC? It was to Nhyira, a branch friend Diogo Jota. Federico Chiesa came on to make it 3-2. Sam Mohamed Salah goal means that on the open day, see about started season, nearby open day, was 10 goals. So almost every time in the open day, Mohamed Salah, Ekitike dedicated his goal to Diogo Jota. Same for Cody Gakpo and your branch your friend Mohamed Salah. Each after the game, Mohamed Salah was teary. Gina Park, and so was the Liverpool fans serenaded Abrantia, your friend Diogo Jota. This is where Mohamed Salah is in terms of players. Almost the most goals for English Premier League in him. Hey, say Dwight Cole, the next week will be in a film.
187. Probably yes. It will say what tie.
I'll be in a film.
187, 187.
I can't read Rooney. About
Rooney, the only team
this season.
208.
But he 187, 13 goals to go. Mohamed Salah average 30 goals each season.
Yeah, man, in draw. But only I am not a casting be. Say a quiet football a first John stories, no?
Yeah.
Sometimes on shed and tears a weird kaka.
Yeah.
Federico Chiesa,
yeah,
about Liverpool and she go.
Yeah.
Now, game no man Diama Liverpool because Liverpool both 2-2.
Yeah.
The first game was Anfield. Kiaza man for class coach Jano Kwama no kono nyade.
Even if I don't know
Yes, me come because of Liverpool.
Yeah.
Then and I saw to say I ran to bra. Coach na park no so ko bobo ni bi.
Yeah.
And the time now no ba na 2-2.
Yeah.
Liverpool here win at all cost.
Yeah.
Player on go.
Yeah.
He came on and Wabesha go. I'm a Liverpool taking lead.
Yeah.
3-2. What a story.
Now let me add something to the story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, boy match in you know. And a slot to say sad time you know Federico Chiesa no.
Mm-hmm.
Or two Nenino. No, she said Diogo Jota.
I see.
That's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
He said when I looked on the bench, I wanted to bring Diogo on. But where would Diogo? Diogo call.
Because I don't know here go.
So he needs to go. That's why he usually the super sub did Diogo. It was sure when we know say okay, Aka Chiesa. And a Chiesa barabo. And a Chiesa game where he doesn't really score.
On
And in replacing of Diogo Jota, he scores that goal. So
football.
Oh yeah. That is why I asked you that. For me, forget about the football. The drama of the English Premier League.
Jeez.
It makes it like a movie. It will shout you want to watch it.
Because a script in your throat.
Exactly. A man you're very interested. Richard, defending champions in your first win. And then Akamo. Aston Villa Elba against Newcastle United, Brighton Elba against Fulham, Nottingham Forest Elba against Brentford. These are very, very tough games at any kickoff.
Mm-hmm.
Brighton in Newcastle match now. I think it's going to be a very interesting match, very close. Because all of the issues surrounding team affair in Newcastle United, any Aston Villa match na omo Aston Villa Unai Emery, any Newcastle almost strengthen Eben Kakra. So it's a game where you can't openly tell us okay, but you are confident that this is a game where it's going to be very interesting. Which match we either team to win an over 1.5, and now you go for your over 1.5 either of the teams to win and over 1.5 or you're straight over 1.5. Brighton and so any Fulham Ebebo an area at 3 p.m. I'm going to friend Fabian Hazel at the team no, and now I say Carlos Baleba no. On yes sure say United can get him. He is staying our Brighton and Hove Albion. And I think so. Say our friend Carlos Baleba will stay. It's a team where last season they did very well. They want to build on from that. Some sort of a derby of a sort. Because Fulham and Brighton and Ebo. And they want to make sure say they get the win. I fear any Ebo and Brighton. Which Brighton ain't said any team almost considered. Last season they considered an average of 1.5 goals per game. And also almost an average of 1 goal per game. It's same for Fulham. So these are teams that both concede and teams that both score. It's another game where I'll go for goals. Or the Bank of America Stadium. Then Nottingham Forest started a season where in the last few days, to players they are trying to get Omari Hutchison. Chelsea being about 20% of the purchase for Brentford and Omari Hutchison to come into their team. Almost actually Brentford without Thomas Frank. Brentford without Brian Mbeumo. Brentford probably also without a branch of friend Yohan Wissa in the side. So it's a tricky game also for team and friend in Nottingham Forest. I think that Nottingham Forest or draw at home a very, very good one. Then Sunderland ABA almost season now or the Stadium of Lights against team and friend of West Ham United with a branch Papa friend of Graham Potter in the dugout for them. Which Graham Potter away from home in the first game. I don't trust him. Okay. And Sunderland for now have done good recruitment with the Stadium of Light pumping and with a new manager that wants to push them. Granit Xhaka becoming the captain of the side and the experience that they have in their team from the championship. A double chance Sunderland, a huge call, but that is where my money on Tottenham Hotspur, any bell, a goals or either teams to win. And then of course, Wolverhampton Wanderers, any Man City. It's going to be the big game at 5:30, and you may we'll see whatever.
Yeah,
we'll see the Man City.
Say Pep team, Pep without Rodri.
Almost every opening game of the season for the last 3 years, Man City concedes a goal, and they score as well.
Last
season they ending the year. I'm going for Jose Pereira by no kind of last game. Last but one going to Old Trafford. So it's a game where they had very good consistency. No, I am last but one game. So we can last part of the season. Saturday or by.
match is not born machine in an inquiry now, guy.
Obesho Old Trafford.
Oh, starting boy.
Mr. T.
What's that? This is the near bro.
It is your weapon.
I feel a young country program manager. Any era Jimmy Agra, a general manager.
I say, can't you remember that?
Say, studio, I'm to Tony Man Bimagua.
Second, you
Go bedroom, maybe a bit of sense and a band for. A few and you boot for boot. And to do lame, I mean, Dimilame. Because season has started.
Which now?
Yes, I bet Jai can only hear boom.
Second, you remember the mini problem.
Then kiss a kind. But still, you had the house on to Tony Man for. I'm going to who was in the tin baby bomb shop last young query now?
Last
tell me, show Dufford. A coffee, young girl, young
Man City match in the
I think 2-1 be likely. Yeah.
Because I also don't see Man City losing this game. But I don't trust them too much also at the opening day away from home. So you're too careful, you can give your goals. Okay. So there are some of the bet codes here, they buy your goals. Open Man City to double chance or away and goals. You can do that. Rich and not now. Chelsea started the season, at home against Oliver Glasner and a Crystal Palace team. Now, I think that there has been a bone of contention of, and now since Enzo Maresca in the pre-match press conference, certain things have come up from there. Who say now, Upo, even Chelsea for Nagasaka, Rhys James as a captain has said, say Chelsea will compete. Only be saying Enzo Maresca as a manager, Maresca say he is going to improve the team from what they did last season, and if they have to compete, they will compete. Now, something very interesting happened in that press conference. Which only said Anna Slot in the press conference before that. And whilst the journalists were asking Anna Slot about what he makes of the other title contenders to say Chelsea near the no. Chelsea beat me aje. Because Chelsea has everything possible to win the league. Almost scored depth, almost good manager. Rich, I won't be saying Enzo Maresca first one. The first thing he said is that no. Now managers ever come on chain, he doesn't pay heed to it. Then the journalist pushing say, yes, so beat me aje. No, say Masa. Me, I don't play these kind of games. Mind games is 7 side in my name. I don't play those games. My focus is on developing the players. That was not the issue. Rich, you bought your press conference in your everything the Coco seen in Pompos were buying in and said Chelsea has to find a way to get in a centre back. In fact, Enzo Maresca was clear. I feel that some of the wording of Nsem Krampo or Kai Krampo were damning to some of the centre backs. Because in describing Wesley Fofana playing at CCB as the worst first half of Ureno Air Warren, or say Benoit Belasie cannot play there, or say only Tosin Adre be a pet, and the bit my idea 11 air, or no crown problem cacao.
That's what you play to that.
Only as well,
or kind of bamboo,
found Kana, was out to one. Now, the assembly year. Now they are here.
Sugar coated
and I think American. When I heard that he said that, I said, hey, one showing the players may not take it well. Sure. He should manage Sanya Manema be saying. Even Asemko care about Nicolas Jackson, it's as if he has moved on from Nico. I'm saying Nicolas Jackson also he's training with us, but he won't play. You see, Andy Kara has said Nico has a red card from Newcastle game. He could have easily said that Nico is unavailable for the match.
Because of the card.
Because of the card. Then oh they were here but he was still playing with it. So Nico in China, you feel like okay, I mean that's a manager and cannot pay me. He's too straightforward. Sometimes she manage it. Rich, I decided to do some digging. And last season, Chelsea centre back partnership Omunya in the 24-25 season. Rich, Levi Ko only tossing Adre Bia elbow boom 12 times almost 30 matches. Then there was another centre back pair of Levi and Wesley Fofana 10 times. Mind you, Wesley a prior for almost majority of the season. Then Levi Ko and Trevor Chalobah elbow 8 times together. Benoit Belasie and Levi Ko about 3 times paired together. Tosin and Trevor elbow 2 times together. Then Joshua Champon and Levi elbow 2 times together. Axel de Sassini Tosin elbow just 1 time together. Rich, say Ushe Trua. What is the name I catch across Levi Cole? So it means that it is very true. Levi Cole is very important, and Andy was describing it to you. So Ushe Chelsea midfield, I mean back in build up now. Chelsea plays with the back four, But our building up, they switch into a semblance of a 4 at the back, of a 3 at the back on the ball. Near the CCB, no, the central centre back. No. Rich, push it on man. What Chelsea does is that Obiemu and say, Nanya Ujin Fifi Wahano, or there the central centre back, some player, no, according to Enzo Maresca, the system, no, only the most important player. Now, important player, no, what are we talking about? Near some player, Najuma so and say, so against teams that air press so high, no. You need that player to be able to pass, to break the lines. You need that player to be able to play line breaking passes. And are very important in the first phase of build-up. Which, whilst Liverpool is that and the most important player in that regard, no? Look at these statistics. Line breaking passes per 90. All throughout Chelsea game. No? But mind you, last season, Benoit Bellachile played a couple of games more, especially because of the Conference League at Chelsea boy in it. You know. He played more games. 2 of Chelsea's best passes are Liverpool and Benoit Bellachile. In terms of players, almost breaking lines, you know, it is clear. Say Fofana, a champion, Chaloba are more of ball carriers. And Rich, when you have your line breaking pass and on CC, that player should also be a sweeper. Lever had grown his game to be a sweeper, had also been a passer. But the best one was Wesley Fofana and Wesley Subenya Inji. In Chelsea was 6 centre backs, but they don't have the required profile to pair each other to play. And I know Enzo Maresca he was asked about Wesley. Also Wesley against Crystal Palace. You need good passes on the ball. I'm certain say one showing your best start with tossing at the BIO and your branch friend Wesley Fofana as the 2 centre backs to be able to play out from the back or on something that is seems to be very, very good. Crystal Palace game, how do you see it with Chelsea? Crystal Palace is a stubborn side, though. Yeah. They will play a semblance of a 5-4-1.
Against
Liverpool. Yeah. A semblance of a 5-4-1 for last season.
Good team.
2 games only Chelsea.
But Oliver Glasser is very, very good.
Excellent man. He's just like Andoni Ariola.
Very, very good.
Very, very good manager spa in the English Premier League.
Read the game bar.
Yeah, very, very. Obo extreme and say money be 5 now. Unso bebo Lecroix, my branch friend Mark Gay mo ewe chironom. Then essentially he will play a branch friend Adam Watson. He will add Hughes, who is the DM. Then right on top of them, either he plays a recognized number 10, or he makes sure say the top 3 will be Pap Matsa, Jean-Philippe Mateta, any branch friend Eberechi. Now, why are you careful? They get in behind you. So it means that Chelsea have to have most of the ball and control the game and then pin Crystal Palace for one back. It's going to be a very, very difficult game, but I think it comes down to the quality that Chelsea have in attack, in breaking down low blocks. No, it's a game that Chelsea should be able to win. And now, I'll say the update on Christopher and Nkunku. You say buying for the buyer, Rich. Buying for the Nkunku loan.
Nkunku
no,
and you say be Nkunku nimbo nibo. But I think almost any AG records. What is Nkunku no prepared?
Oh, but Chelsea for only tell you off. Nkunku nye loan player.
What?
I have 40 million.
And so who they who piska? Aye. And you they are heading about catches about no so buy no so tena. A she no share boy na. Maybe a by performance. But the injury recording yet.
Sad deal.
Injury prone.
Tied to Xavi Simon's deal no in coming to Chelsea. I know now I very, very interesting. I'm not much now. Mobile against Arsenal Football Club. You guys have struggled to beat Arsenal at home. Is it a dawn of a new era now?
Definitely.
You see, I was saying something. The same thing I make out with Liverpool. With the strength of more attack, no. Does the belief that does it mean say Manchester United fans believe that you can outscore almost every team? Is that a thought? Waiting to outscore teams because Brandon Mbeumo is an excellent scorer. Matthias Cunha has proven in that regard, and then there is also Benjamin Sesko comes centrally between the two. Does it tell me say Manchester United's strength going into the season is that you can outscore a lot of teams?
Me say only the manage team now.
Tell me.
You did Manchester community as the environment is very toxic.
Okay.
And the amount player no ball bossa dia the moment ababa environment ni na so asa now so
coach and assistant
she say coach and assistant
just like that in one
season it is o United team na assistant
fully
and you pay there but I mean we'll get there gradually Amorim get bibi
and we miss me here Amorim and Amorim was clear Amorim so babe fast Man United team no players no enye now for or say our park na so omo ni problem yes omo kon but omo nye now for you see how they are players no wait me ko we fie ko didi we ni we pie we
because a team there's a team bonding
he said this is the first time almost a side relationships no air building
saying to make catch us and never ma decision cha
rich Mr. Nyanto
cha na me had more china say ya cha
you fufu down no mo nkwan
e be ku omo
obedi ka ko first better nana the way I want to media
you again
you want how you cha
oh you be chance
and beat them
you beat them
no training just go and beat them agbena
sleep eat
go
to Old Trafford and beat them. What a team! Now go anymore. Hey,
I don't see.
In Buemono. Now on single-handedly, Buemono single-handedly. Brentford for the moment 22 points.
Is you what I'm saying?
Now ultimately Brentford 22 points. Imagine Manchester United.
Arsenal
the best club in the world.
Mikel Arteta said 3 seasons now they've been digging.
Oh, Debia, yes,
next flex. Also, my performance, I'm perform goodly. I'm to Munya, but Omun is a this year, they are my good.
Oh, my boy, you don't bet Tiano.
What's all about
any problem? Just
because you bought 3 attackers, that's what I asked you. The attackers didn't happen.
I'm going to change the fortunes of Manchester United.
What about the midfield? Because the strength of Arsenal's team with Martin Ibanez Ibimendi sitting centrally to control the game. Because what I think is that Seman Shenia match way at Old Trafford, Arsenal dominates the ball because you can't even know who dominates the ball in your opinion. Arsenal looks like they dominate the ball. Yeah. It means that what strength is in the turnovers that you can get. In turnovers, I know that United has a strong team up top because Benjamin Sesko elbow and his hold up will be good. Mbeumo have a good hold up. Matthias Cunha will get a good hold up, and there is space in there. You speak about a culture change. I also think say 2 players in now with the same team no ups the tempo up because Mbeumo wants to win. Matthias Cunha wants to win. So it increases more intensity of players when we are hungry, and it pushes the team in terms of the levels that you can get to. But this is an Arsenal side that has been very, very good. That comes to your home and scores. Chimebia Thomas Partey, the last time that they met you. Constantly they drop Thomas Partey in between the back 2.
Now they don't have Partey.
But they've brought in even a better player on the ball in terms of ball recycling. In Martin Ibanez Ibimendi.
Any problem?
And they will have the 2 players in there to create and pull you apart. More midfield, you know. Right? More midfield, you know. That is where they have the problem. Last season, the real Arsenal phone pulled out more defense, especially
Ugat in their car.
In a better friend Manuel Ugat.
Yeah.
Last season, Osha Arsenal United match now. It was just a party show. Or the ball no attend no aboko chain because one my press scheme wasn't good. So I think it's going to be a big test for Ruben Amorim.
That your intro.
Intensity, winning of the ball, pressing, counter press. Rich. Now how can we myself? Arsenal have brought in Victor Gyökeres.
Why there?
On a Ruben Amorim Nijini Dino. And they brought in
or a striker.
Or a striker.
Mintinidi. To be honest with you, Mintinidi. No, boy.
No, but Sporting CP.
Oh, in Portugal. Oh. Kofi Nguyen.
Enfa.
Wait.
Makophobia for Leipzig.
Kofi. Oh.
Obia last
Benjamin Sesko.
Sesko dia Bonidi. Last season 13 goals per share.
Meba.
Benjamin Sesko can goals in the last 3 seasons. Crabom Crampa. Only had the Crampon Enfa.
Yeah, last training. I did Kobo game with. At training grounds. I ran training at DB and Michelle said, I didn't strike any Akotoni.
Then
Kofi Abrante ni baby edwuma wu. He's a complete striker.
So are you saying say
Benjamin Sesko
this
Oba Fasra is good.
So wait, that's a Joe Christ. Joe Christ also has a good
massa. The Portuguese
the box movement, Mama Catch said he had played in the English Championship
and
he has been better. He was better than he scored 27 goals at Coventry.
Coventry.
But English Championship, no, Coventry team, Papa Bosch,
go Premier League on body.
And a
championship you can play, but Premier League now a different story.
But last season we spoke about also the fact that Arsenal for underperforming with data 2 weeks ago, underperforming with XG because they didn't have a clinical striker. And UK is going to say, "Oh, the year, Mr. It's a serious thing." We are Man United near and don't take it serious because UK is a big threat to Manchester United. I'm not much.
Say never game.
Prediction here. I think the game depends on the midfield. Arsenal will dominate.
You better show me 3-1.
Hey,
maybe hey.
I'm crashing.
Hey, me say. Other shot. Me see. I better show me 3-1. Any better. Don't you bet? I some now make you want it. Me say. Nyami admo china. You go game. You better Arsenal 3-1. 3-1. Other shot.
You as you.
No team na so show Kofi. Any more no.
What do you know? Team na show.
No, Benjamin Sesko super. But you have to goals. And the front three need to be able goals. I lose there in a game, no. Obia man 1-1-1-1. Yenya 3. Bruno, good pass of the ball, you know it.
Oh, I do.
I'd bet you shame.
I bet you.
Saliba a defender. We. Julia. Sure.
3-1.
Obia solid. Cha-cha. Afi, who try for bed the rough.
Faka kranto so.
Me say 3-1.
Faka krato echire.
Say young play anymore afi yam for.
English Premier League now starts, Spanish La Liga so started.
Sure.
And then there's a big one in Spanish La Liga and the Barca penny bo nyame adoma. But of course, and now Thomas Partey won the first game for Villarreal, almost share against Real Oviedo. There was another Ghanaian inclusion in Osibo, and also it's a team. And you know now, so Girona and Sweatsnefi Abdul Mumin, we have a account we call show about him. The two Ghanaians and had 2 wins the Spanish La Liga. But today, and I am not rather. Barca are playing against Tima.
Barca
against Mallorca. 5 p.m.
5:30.
When they are going away there. The good news came by and Nanajo. When the whispers that were coming was that now Oko Mallorca Chromo no Barca phone Coco Duru. One Laporta had gone to a pinna club. Pinna club crazy. Ghana kind of circles no. Barca phone circles say Mallorca Chromo. And Laporta catch on say Barca phone they will play with Juan Garcia and a bunch of Marcus Rashford because marriage storm. Rich, it didn't take long. The official confirmation came. Barcelona finally registered Juan Garcia and a branch of Marcus Rashford into their team. And I think that Marcus Rashford for one was going to be very important for Barca because Robert Lewandowski is absent. And Rich, in the Barca team, there isn't anybody cast in a similar fashion as a branch of Robert Lewandowski than Marcus Rashford. Because Oshe Obi to say Danny Olmo, Oshe Obi to say Ferran Torres. All of them are a false number 9 to an extent. But Marcus Rashford can be a proper number 9 and it can give you that positioning as of the 2 center backs now, and then make sure that the other wingers will run off him and get a job done. Against Mallorca there, any problem. A Barca and over 1.5.
Okay.
Agbina Kra, Barca Bayejman will home. All the starting lineup is good one. On Tuesday, Madrid will be Bonyamia Monday Yaba. Yebedi San Komoni now home, of course. Mami for me code and tuja because near my Koye my investors into our entreat you say give yourself a good chance because I had the unya ba had the ube diska and season has started and so the rate unim they be ameka omo share no and yet just for the enjoyment of the program analysis gidi no most of the times it's about the calmness of it obetimi asre kakra and you also make money. So me sure what join me coach in the go board and so no your 30 odds, your 18 odds, your 16, your 10 odds. I will BWAEA0E4A. Your BWAEA03B5. Your BWAE9DAED. And your BWAE9D3F2. And your BWAE9C38C. These are the codes that the marriage. Michelle, and Obi send him a message. I don't know about that. But he found a way to send me a message. Now I say, and then a beautiful white birthday. Okay. Now, Mimpa Ucho, na Mimfa, just a few seconds, and we say ne dofopa. Nipano, your friend Patrick Ankoma. Now, Osini Yuri, who can he pa on anything. Your friend Mrs. Vida Ankoma Agudu. Na ene na woda Mrs. Vida Ankoma Agudu ene ukunu Patrick si enfa Nhyira FM so en wish you woda pa he wishes you good life, good health, long life any je na mpa e bia obobia no enye kamakwa rich and she's a beautiful woman pa. Happy birthday to Mrs. Vida Ankoma Agudu.
Birthday dear, one of our ardent listener pa nye easy cra. If I were a friend to this crew, young J Max and run birthday. Inti young J Max, belated birthday to you, bro. I'm sure pa na awdamu shebia na nyankopon and Febi and Fanom when you say show you all share the life. Happy birthday, young J Max. Okay. This one also been paya leba 94.7 in 104.5. Bampole has Richard. I have a message, you know. All right. Where's the Mami na apia awuzu ase Richardo, it's easier said than done. Manchester United Arsenal game is draw. Okay. Say ananunso ebesi ako big night. My home message no Moses Ega. I say back to back analysis. Prosper Penu, the game don't start to. Okay, yes, game no started. Club football is back and it's back for good. And the Udeni 4.5. Yeah, a full package. Yam house kakra. Now I enjoy a program so analysis no. I enjoy the camera. If you are near Samosika at the Ashe a Ubutum, that's the Alex. I say, hey, Richard, I always watch you guys from Dubai. I love how you guys bond. Yeah, that's a pa. Also, bet me the message no about Filippo Cabricasem. I say Manchester United will beat Arsenal on Sunday. And happy birthday to Asante Etchi Williams of Macro Filippo. Oh, now this message at the Abraham and the Anopay Prince. You say force him to bet. Min bet da afi many da is answer my bro no. What to me for? All right. In Shaba, Don Richard kindly inform Fifi that out of the 60 plus goals Donkor score, he only scored with 2 with his head. Okay. That's it. Nini nano. Besma ko ben payala and so eba na yewra and seminar de and seminano at the album. Two super to the message number on Facebook. In 104.5 FM. Oba Sheikh Medino. The pharmacy don't count. YouTube make us a home so life. YouTube no bobo Nhyira TV ashem. Search engine hono obo Nhyira FM. Sorry, Nhyira TV edishema. No I click so. Jumedini your life. Ewo YouTube home so the way to message number. Na ya kinkan at the amount. Na na suppose say last Friday was my birthday. Also so or share from South London. Oh, we also no belated birthday. Yamin pa na onye wo kese. Now when you winner, I say what you like from Qatar, more fire. Could I do Kwabinasi, Chelsea, Morrison Moore, Rich. What you said is true because of his injury records. That is why I'm saying, Tamana AD Chelsea in Komono. A home message. And on so etimi Eddie Abrain and then Anopay Eva Banega said there. The fight between Richardo and Fifi Manfred is just superb, okay? Thank you, Muninani, Damasi. Also, bet me, I join the show, no? na edi dwumadi no enso etimi edi abramu Nhyira 4.5 Asempa 94.7 Leonard Nyako ose commentary this season ana yeguso ye try say yebetimi akeka niam abom so ho na yetimi the commentary enso edi abramu ana enti muntamu chuku bibia sia yede ho nkomo enso edi ebebremu nana opuni also share from Coventry, that is UK. On our show no edi every Clement Yamu Akunadu say you didn't fight today, why? Oh, Yankun Toko. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Cisco Sack, I say Richard is running. You don't want to bet again. I say bet in the maybe I can get it. So I can push him to the word here. It be and so in CBM Alaji Abu also Richard, good morning. Tomorrow is our day. Manchester United fans, sure. Ochina ye si from our Old Trafford na Charles na phone say afi yeni abre papa logic lad I say Manchester United win. Ebenezer Chenibo, I'm enjoying your analysis. Keep it up. And also at the Abraham Kojo Exodus. What you learn from Virginia, US of A. Rufai, you see Chelsea on the way. Francis Aqua. Chelsea. And also Ode Abrami and Anope Moses Ga. I say, I'm sure that Manchester United will break that evil spirit. Season and come back to glory. Still, Visca Baska. And also at the Abrene Anope Sani Larry. I say Manchester United all the way. Francis Akawudi na Mdi Chato na Marco Bismarck Usube Payala. Na also Asobaton Medi Amaye. Also say Chelsea. And now the Abrene YouTube for no so messages, you know. With a woman Thomas Dubois, who say, oh, she's showing live. Our YouTube Isaac Boateng also share Jumadiano live our YouTube and Anthony Yabua also share Jumadiano live our YouTube Amunani Damasi Obetumi joining live on Facebook in Shawan 4.5 YouTube Insha TV now was subscribe Ebra edi Jumadiano weekend edition of Nhyira the guitar pass also no at the Abraham live in Asempa 94.7 blood donation. And also Kusua Ekoso award the forecourt of Nhyira Lab FM. Yenim where ya bra. Na also between Mojani bina yemfa emwa konfo anoche baby ubia no bra. Ubia ya be show kama a doctor for ha be ma unro adidi o be ma unuane udi wia ansana e be ja kwa amwa ye ja kwan amwa nti baby ubia no me so bra. Na also between Mojani bi efa eboaye Bismarck osu bempa Ayala, good morning.
Good morning.
Now what you saying?
Oh, Nhyira. Be manya kuku bi edinti me ho ye.
Ede mi ase.
Sir Osha from Nhyira Anopa. Even though in Ghana now we were in a state of mourning. Namira Huyo. Listening to the tribute of family members. I couldn't. Mentimio. At a point, I tuned in to listen. And there was this, because I wasn't watching, na a Mami B. Na, or my tribute to Nikunu, which I couldn't listen to 2 minutes. Mitina and Mjaya. And Mentimi. And I couldn't even follow the funeral. Not on TV, not on radio. Nama commenti me. Adia mitime leche me was football. And Edru Samre Rich, you serve social media and the atmosphere and you get a feeling say omo play football and any say football back. Now, and yet just football being back. But Rich, the opening day of the Premier League gave us a very, very good game to watch. Football, so you want to watch game that is exciting, goes to Bemu, BBB, and we were treated to sumptuous game. our Anfield. Liverpool 4, Bournemouth 2. Now, Rich, season be a start here. As a matter of principle, I give myself first 10 games to know how Obia a team is here. And in the first 10 games, I am too critical on team B and in the loopholes. Because, Rich, I will not raise issues about 2 goals at Liverpool conceded, and conclude say Liverpool a problem on which team they must solve unless me need knowledge about how good Bournemouth are. Last season, Rich, how many clubs they say Bournemouth to so they are a very, very good team. And if they score you 2, it is normal. The good thing is that Liverpool were able to also score 4. And look at the goal scorers for Liverpool. Eketike, new boy. Federico Chiesa, outcast. Mohamed Salah, making sure he's always present for the team. Then you add Gorigapo, who is expected to do more because now there's no Luis Diaz. And maybe Anna Slaughter. Rich, I look at the game and I look at my scorers and I say, this is a good start. Especially when the overall play, look, Liverpool are here from last season. They dominated them. And see, I am not expecting a peak Liverpool summary. It's what this season, all that you want to do is to get the games banging in. You grind your results to league and over far level. Now, if you want the other game, and see, Liverpool, I'll be very, very happy with this scoreline. Because Bournemouth was always going to be a very, very difficult opponent for opening their fixture in English Premier League. Rich, we are just hoping that any Ochina will also treat us good. And there are special games any Ochina games in him. And already the Villa Park has started rolling videos and pictures of what is happening there. This is the Newcastle bus. Abedru the Villa Park, Rich. And the players are very, very focused. Already there's a lineup. This is Newcastle's lineup, Rich. Akwani is almost on Betono. And when Liverpool ball game we are going to improve of Akoye. So they will study it. They will allow him to go. But there is the new Newcastle team. Elanga, the new boy, is in. Harvey Barnes, Ewomo, Anthony Gordon, Ewomo. So you know their front three. So Omo Bobo in Fifi. The moment they bring in Bruno Guimaraes, any Sandro Tonelli, any Jolinton, you know, say they want to lock a Fifi on and give you creativity and control. Then, of course, Ben and Fabian Shah with Livramento and Trippier as some lateral defenders. Then Nick Pope and the Pope, very, very good team with a lot of movement, any pace. Especially with Elanga, Harvey Barnes, and your friend Anthony Gordon. This is Team FNO. Aston Villa. Oli Watkins early did the lines for them with Rogers also at the terror. But they are playing 4 midfielders. Onana, McGinn, Yuli Tillemans, and Abanti friend Kamara. 4. The last time who said United Emery a game with 4 midfielders. And when he doesn't expect the opponent, to dominate the midfield and to open more numbers. So early kickoff, Rich, we are going to watch interesting game at the Villa Park. Look, anytime we are Villa say Rich, Ayana almost 2 technical games. They are aware of the opponents, they are conscious about them. And they wait for their moments too. This Newcastle team is also very good on paper. Too early there, but I will expect over 1.5. I was a game with because of the way 2 lineups in the ACT and the kind of profile of players now. The area park in the son of ACT. So I'm expecting a very, very nice game after the arena and run. Now, I'm going to game new year. Rich, we will be treated to 2 teams in Swa. Omu coaches in Nhyira. A very, very open game. Make a game now because between Brighton and Home and Fulham. No. Yes. Carlos Bella any team because probably he is surrounded with some transfer controversy kakra. But Obian himself with Mitoma Minte. Team a friend of Brighton ever what it takes to attack you. Some person of Fulham with here. Says with road mujina with no matter no mobile game now. Rich, Marco Silva will always tell them, look, there is something we can find out of this game. And so what follow Brighton and Fulham. Rich, there are 2 teams that are not scared to attack you and want to score goal against you. And see, I will also think that this game should also give us at least 2 goals. Make a Brighton and a Fulham game, you know. Tottenham Besha Bailey. Yeah. I think they will draw something from a disappointment in the Super Cup. And that will make them look good and beat Burnley or Fie or they do Tottenham Stadium. And see, I'll put my money on Tottenham to beat Team IFN Burnley or any game now or more everybody. Man City you go away to Wolves now. And look it tricky. But Rich, a 30 more to City, even though they are going away.
Okay.
This is a Wolverhampton team. Rich, even last season, so now, almost situation with Matthias Cunha, you could see, say, about 40% potency of the team. Now he is no more. And they will have to start the season trying to find a way to live without him. And I think, say, so we'll try to find a way around such a situation. Rich, you don't do well against Team BC City. Me know we are Jane. We don't even know the City that will play this season because there's a lot of changes. And Pep really struggled last season. And see, me say we know Pep, we know City are a good team, but which kind of City they win this season? Nobody can say there is a City team unless you start to watch them.
Sure.
But I think so against Wolverhampton Wanderers there, Rich, they are favorite say omo ebe team. I be after points be outside game. And so I will put my money. Say City anya their car, they will bring a draw from Wolverhampton Wanderers game. I think say the big games are tomorrow in the English Premier League.
Sure.
I want to give us Papa in and it will start area 1 over the Stamford Bridge. Team a friend of Chelsea world champions against Oliver Glasner's Crystal Palace. Rich, what does Chelsea want this season? To be contenders of the Premier League and be consistent within that category, you know.
Okay, Maresca also improve
yes
last season performance.
And it's okay, yeah. Even when people were saying, oh, Chelsea are spending over 1 billion, Maresca any contenders and you be
sure.
Say your information and say in the first season Chelsea board no money any pressure say chinchina on your contender. Now Rich in Kaka he was able to get into the top 4. And now Wakoji the FIFA Club World Cup. In the second season, they beef up the team for him. Rich, I think so this time around he will be whispered to say, Master, now we are expecting you to be a contender. And Rich, the only way to be a contender of the Premier League is to play consistently for success. Who winning or also winning, who winning home, or also winning. Because the likes of Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, money or more play league na general. Rich, what they will do to get to the league is to be consistent with results. And it's like if you want to go the journey with them, you have to go that way. Now, Chelsea will be starting AOFA. And only maybe I just say it's against a very, very difficult team in Crystal Palace. And a team from the way I'm finishing last season, you know, any community shield success, you know, confidence I am very boosted. And listen to Oliver Glasner. Oh man, Oliver Glasner in already. Oh, I come with the chair. Or say the omu here against Liverpool in a Community Shield no. HSA they can play every big guy in the world and win games against them. And you omu the start feeling no munya or Wembley no omu the Air Stamford Bridge and they have a lot of confidence in the team now or no.
Solid mentality.
Now Rich. So Usha Chelsea Powerful 11 now bara. I want to do this with you. Usha the last two friendlies at Chelsea boy. One of them on the wings they started Estevao. Then one of them they started Gatins. Now Rich, this is the real deal. Premier League first game. Do you think the only way of Estevao and Gatins, you know? Or where your friend Enzo Maresca should say, look, you are new guys, you are young and I'm about team. Though we are there during the preseason, you know. But I think it is still too early. It's moon steady. Now, me more Neto, any Kopama on the wings. Then I will play Joao Pedro as me number 10 saying now a Torrebia or ball bright, you know, behind Liam Delap. And when me perceive yes substitution, then I can change one of the strikers, push Kopama in the number 10, then bring one of the young wingers as they study the game.
And that is spot on. Menene Yadre 100%.
Yes, I think that should be it.
Spot on. Bro, this is the Premier League.
Yes.
You don't throw them our first game.
Especially when those two players now come once a minute. Any Premier League experience. But who are the lapper? Do or a new guy or Chelsea? Or Premier League experience?
Yeah.
Or a João Pedro or a new Chelsea, but Premier League experience. So look, let me play my two strikers. One number 9, one number 10. Now me more Neto any Kopama. Yebo game ni corner, motiwana mo steady game na. Ye who say the game ni corner. I can choose to bench and I said maybe one of my strikers next free move. I will push Kopama to number 10. Then I will give one of the rows no on the wings to one. So me prepare a game ni akoya mami pa. Message me you net of him. Then I'll put Mumienu on the wings. See the way I will introduce you to the Premier League and Kaka. Which I think that should be it. Now, the biggest problem at Chelsea ever won game way, can they defend 90 minutes without conceding against this team?
A better
Eze.
Sir and
the smaller star than Philip Mateta. That is a big.
Mateta no, Boba no can not the achieve no. But oh yeah, deadly.
Yes. Very bulky. Mr. Chani is so spot on. And you see the energy in here.
Sure.
Rich. So when you now the concentration echo community shield you don't even understand how scary this Crystal Palace team in here. Go and watch how they beat City in the final of the FA Cup. And go and watch on the last 5 games in the Premier League last season. You understand, say, Rich, sir, 3 players who are anyway. They started building their cohesion. And you know what? So yes, team super Eze Uncle baby. Rich, it is not easy for a black player to revolt against Crystal Palace. That is their team in the Premier League. Chelsea will match even though they are favorites, but Obienim, including Chelsea fans, and himself, Crystal Palace, they are not pushovers. And when they come and almost over game now, they will play with you again. Rich. So, Oshe community shield Nibia. Even though Crystal Palace are a very, very good team, they also have vulnerabilities. Our backline. Yes. They are quite exposed, Kakra. And when you have players, we say Kopama, Neto, Joao Pedro, Delap. I am talking about players are more attacking instincts. No, almost a lot of creativity. Rich, all that they need to do is to become in the final third and in and around the defensive midfield area of Crystal Palace, and they will be able to hurt them. The game will be very, very nice. Very, very nice. For me, the Chelsea, our upper hand, Stamford Bridge in our mobile game now.
Yes, 30 season. You are world champions at home and a chance to form. And it's all both fear. No matter how difficult a Crystal Palace ever offer the opposition, you know, Chelsea should be able to deal with Sima, your friend, the Crystal Palace. But it is not going to come easy, especially when there are transitions in 5 defenders and 4 midfielders. Chomu defending block now 5 because Munoz and Michel Ebeka, Guay, Lawcross, and Riches home very, very compact with Watson and Hughes. Very, very compact Fifio. And the Crystal Palace will be very, very difficult to unblock. But I think say Chelsea able to they just have to deal with Ezesa Mateta and see how the game ABC develop it a honum. Rich. Yes, yeah. You turn attention to Otafo. Manchester United against Arsenal.
What a game.
Na meti office wa na meti o. Na o yobe se game we edin there but mo be she na me busa me ho say e she no e rich our man you need no can na say
but a she mo real like you beat them.
Meaning so you will beat them. You will beat them as a Manchester United fan.
No.
Or you will beat them as Obia. You've done analysis of the game and you are saying you will beat them. Analysis.
This is the time you best ask now. Obia and Toronto.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think so from the way I can say you are speaking as a Manchester United need. Rich.
That is easy for me.
Yeah. This is Manchester United's hope.
The best in the Premier League.
Hope say they brought in guys that they are expecting to change the team and make it a winning something. If Manchester United and Kofun they think with Mwemo, Sesko, Kunya, say a Paredo park in the you should have something to be afraid of. That is Manchester United today. Now, Rich, Metiasie say we've seen improvement in Man U last season, with Kakea Mayo preseason, and you could clearly see say anytime Amorim ever call press conference, he wants to highlight say team is changing. But Rich, beyond the speeches, it's when you go onto the field and deliver. And I am a Yama Amorim say, Rich, the first game is coming against a very, very difficult opposition. And can you Sunderland be? Can you team be not and offer build it? But Rich, be your preseason, everything you just with a defeat against Arsenal. Sure. The moment I go focus, oh, see I can't and one no. Man, you are not lucky crowd with the fixtures, especially with our first game at Old Trafford against team and friend Arsenal. Now, Rich, Timmy Kalatete. Or say, for 3 seasons, we have more points than any team in this league. Now we have to do it in a season. What would you know? Any year, Mikel Arteta say, okay, teams about Premier League, you know, more points able for last 3 seasons. Arsenal and all points par in the last 3 seasons. And to him, in the last 3 seasons, you know, they've just not been lucky. And to win the league, you know. Now, the mission of Arsenal this season, and they say, they are accumulated 3 seasons, you know. They have to do it in 1 season. That is to get more points than all the other teams in a single season. That is the mission of Arsenal. Rich, me makase, Danger Mijinisa Arsenal is going to win the league this season, and they say, Rich, I put Omutim there, and I put all the contenders, and I think Arsenal in all departments look solid at your Momakanina. I will not miss West.
Okay.
Euro, delete, Shaw, Ahmad, Dogu, wing backs, Ugarte, Casemiro. You can put in Kobe Meno if you want to. Imwemo, Fernandez, Cunha. 3, 4-4-3 for Manchester United. Arsenal 4-3-3 in a very, very usual back line with David Raya. Zubimendi sits in between Rice and Odegaard as number 10, behind Victor Gyökeres. Then the usual tormentors in Bukayo Saka, any Gabriel Martinelli, any Momo. Now, Rich, that is where I conclude on this match. Rich, so one with two teams now. Yeah, what game now? Now, teams must dig deep in their spot to win. That is where I think the difference for Arsenal this season.
Game changes.
Because with this team, Rich, say Obia Feta, Kai Havertz to bench, Nwaneri to bench, Leandro Trossard to bench. Rich, we are talking about players that are game more. They even can start, but they will be on the bench. Gabriel Jesus will be on the bench. Noni Madueke bet na bench. That is the Arsenal team. Kiwo to bench. Calafori to bench. Mosquera at the bench. With this team, Julian Timber at the bench. Mikel Merino at the bench. Rich, that is the Arsenal team we are talking about. Now, Rich, beyond this team, Manchester United throw in a game changer. Who are you bringing? Rasmus Haaland, Zexi.
Eventually,
so, and this is the Premier League. Pace, power. Rich, that is the difference. Until I would think I will give Arsenal a double chance. Old Trafford, now, yes, me happy up. Yeah. Real Madrid game no call actually. So we will not do it this weekend. And you have only 2 games. Barca, Mallorca. Then at the RCD Stadium, Espanyol against Team FN Atletico Madrid. So we are going to wrap it up quickly. Rich, Barca say defense to the title begins today. And sometimes my catcher say, oh yeah, sure say, Rich, they don't script on my league, you know, and on play MIA to say the movie. Because everybody anticipating the Spanish La Liga who want to watch Barca first. Because of the way almost dazzle almost through last season, you know. And they are giving you a game Saturday as early as 5:30, Mallorca against Barcelona to begin the Spanish La Liga. And when I look at the 2 games, my boy, exciting ones. Rich, Mallorca there. Barca Cobona, there's only one player they have to watch, and they do amebo ni natural. Now, Mami Musa Rich. And name me almost squad now. Rashford womb. The one Garcia womb now. Will you say any Abia?
Onye Maraska did.
Maybe Nico Williams or Prene home. Because the assurance was if he was going to be registered. But players now that saga is gone.
Okay.
But the evidence is that players are best at all mobile. They've been able to register them, and today they are in a scan. And it's only Nico Williams. It's not as if the guy didn't want to move to Barca. He wanted to move. But the assurance was, and on a day like this, Barca ending in his squad for the first La Liga game, he will be there, registered. The players are registered.
Me when you say person in na me say dey no well I'm for cake say abrante no so onye okay with time on the Barca din come because say the registration is anima but me to me I doubt
what you say
me sure say no
it goes beyond that.
Go beyond that.
Maybe at a point
because this is a player no one can offered himself to Barcelona.
You did say and come on so behind the scenes.
Me sure say information you are
changing not because of this registration. I don't know just a caveat me.
Yem fan on control bonte. Because seriously,
Rich. Say oh but team my friend Mallorca. This is your guy.
Really? Wow.
I'm number 9.
Okay.
Bono mu boni nyina on no mo hwehwe no. And he will give you presence in the box. Rich. So how many did you know? So no, you born 10 years old money. And the moment you start giving him confidence, say, born about a head, a fine chain, about a fine chain, then they will know something can happen because Murigi who game so Barca will have to deal with him. I think say beyond that today, Rich, this is a Barcelona team you all know. They are good and they can score goals. And to be expect say Barca every Jumano. This season, Mr. Amo, Mama, you're proponent of the Spanish game, no. Mo watch out for Atletico de Madrid. Omato players, Papa. They bought really, really well at the RCD Stadium against Espanyol. Almost we last season very, very well. I'm not expecting Atletico to lose the game. And I'll go for a double chance Atletico or the RCD Stadium with this team, especially Alex Bernal, one of my favorite players or the Spanish Liga. Also, Omobo Thiago Almeida, Omobo Gregory, Omobo Hanko. These are some of the new guys. Omodi Omo Abewa Omo team. So watch out for star players na yanko. Analysis na ma yini nyina ewie ha. Enti je odds no. Analysis no utia ni nyina ne say you know how the games will go na odi akwa kutwa bet enti mame ma bet with odds bi na efa eye wade a obetimi ede aye. Rich, we are simple. Sene na fifi kano. Look, utwa bia na wadi na say also watimi enya kakra de show bottom. Season we dey you con very, very aggressive. Aye 4 odds enti tie natural. BW AF 5E 1B2 then BWAF 7791C then BWAF 866 AF. Then the last one BWAF 94 AFF. To a fast BWAF 94 AFF BWAF 866 AF BWAF 7791C BWAF 5E 1B2 4 bet to course Saturday. Yemfa na yemfa enye yade a betimi ede Rich.
Yebafie na Emmanuel Keru was say our defense stood up with one of the best teams in Europe. Paris Saint-Germain, they couldn't score us even one goal, but we scored them 3. Crystal Palace is nothing to us. We scored them 3-0. Emmanuel Keru na this message ede aba Kofi Bedi Akujima.
Which depend on number say this is just in consider go.
David, get me sure.
They will not consider go.
On Baba to yen. Kofi Bedi Akujima say they don't need any Premier League experience to play the league. We saw Ekitike yesterday with no experience. Hemamen kanu krenchel. Ayala, oh yeah, sure pass say Liverpool no more Isaka. Uncle Bobo Ekitike.
That is a question.
No. Because Anya when Isaac no bo Premier League no
and
league no
and Rich the experience of Iketike. Who do you got to Gatins any Estevao? These are young guys.
I feel no more back.
And there are a lot of contests when we make, but that is your opinion, don't you? Respect our opinion.
Okay. Emre Fie na yenim said this week there nkomo no aye bebre. I shall say from a Congress a GFA and so call ye. Na yako Congress na sama na edaba man so ana so pa no do se na nkomo ne bebre ba de na so pa no GFA president no na there was a proposal from status review committee no say yako Congress na members no to so ba na nka GFA akonwa no kesepa no president no yenim so mo call 2 terms but nke yemfa ba akonka ho na enye 3 yako Congress yako akwadwene ho now anopa no mo koy no na ebiso ombabagu ebiso pe information ekuta no kire se an ombagiatum na tetem no enso atimi aye adwuma yako Congress no bibia ye kama yeto aba no so kama na enipa akoto aba of course na 123 yeto aba no wie ye no out of the 123 no emu 114 ase ampa status review committee no propose on the bre congress say omo ndwendwene wonanka GF akonya pani pa no ayemfa nkotre no omo ne mpanimfo eya adwenti omo de omo gitum emu nsia de omo se debi why three yanyintum itu omo de omo reject ye ena emu miensa say omo de proposal na da board no so no omo nya against ena omo nso a omo nya for to omo de omo ye lu to omo de vivin to omo anko honkra na emu baako na eye Kumase Asante Kotoko boku no omo de omo abstaining na asam ba bonten no irad nipa bebre a church omo adwen na yenti adwenche ni bi first of all yenu fedachi a school member ebre to abani wi a congress gi tum say ampa GF akonya na fedie pani no onko 3 times no yete say Kumase so no koso omo de omo after di omo from voting no yete fedachi ensemo no so di tuda na afi yentu aso.
No, I don't know. I'm not surprised. Protocol should be man enough. Whether you agree or disagree, you have a stand at this level of football, and they have big protocol. You cannot go to a meeting or BBC now say media need stand. And I said I won't really answer. I was surprised. If you should be able to vote no or yes, they only suggest this stand, especially big club like Asante Kotoko. It could be any of the new clubs that have a bit but Kotoko has been in existence in 1935. You can't go into a big way to say we're not a media minimum. I just also class from Natija. Actually, I have no idea.
Okay. Eti Fedachi say Sadia na Kotoko yeno. Ayen nwa ya because mo bako congress no. De na mo kodwene Kotoko ne de amamo. Samon so mon tenance na mo forma dwen kiremra. Afedie mo bedru auditorium na mo meto aba. Mama meto aba no. Ene kire say as a teacher no akọ classroom no akọ kire onkwada ade. Na we obuzo am question as akwada no ade a wo kire ni na as sebio kasa wo kodwira o kan ni na no. As one said anti ba kokra. Ose Kotoko is big and such a decision no. I was saying Kotoko nso timi kire ba bi omugina. And unfortunate Kotoko nso no entimi anche ba bi a omunso egina. Na former vice president Edema the Ghana Football Association Nhyira George Free also on this same topic. We
are being told that the biggest club in Ghana, Kumase Asante Kotoko, they are stayed. And abstention means a lot. It is a one support to our Pepe. They abstain from it. Not only them, yet he said the Kalira rep also, Kalira rep also so abstain here. Sorry, Accra Lions representative TI Ghana. And they are doing the right thing as far as football is concerned in grooming young talent for the international marketer. Accra Lions. If they are opposed to this, it speaks volume. Like I said, Kumase Asante Kotoko, umpo, oni Accra so fukomu no, omuntaba suchen, tibia o man. Se mo ba ko see on support wa. It speaks volume. Until me before be at there. Also, people think that is a victory. No, me I don't see any victory. Victory be any baby. Afena sebe yebe statikwa. Seeking legal interpretation whether the right things was done.
Okay, and I know ye former vice president at the Ghana Football Association, Nhyira George Free on Asempa 94.7, and now the sound come at the Etuga say, look, I'm out what is about for Kase Adia Kotokoye no Omanya de no dear. Or the Kotokoye and the unknown Tiase, and it's a Kotoko M4 the third tema. And before and so at the bar a congress room ho say omuntu so and so abano e didn't na no yen komo a etimitoja awo a congress room ho ani na na bedu nkomo at the of course enye no nkomo medical catch mo the prize money for the GPL afi division 1 and na women's premier league no ni na so no efe no adini na adigu afi the Ghana Premier League no joining live on Facebook in 4.5 ɛna YouTuber deɛ ɔbɛgye deɛ sini na so no ubenya 2 million Ghana cedis sɛ uwini the Ghana Premier League akwa kosi ɛyɛ 15th we kyerɛ sɛ afi no ɔyere ho nko a deɛ with the exception of ɔmo bɛkɔ relegation no obiara benya no so deɛ in fact deɛ ɔbɛtɔ so ɛyɛ 15th kra no ubenya 200,000 kane sika dada no 2 billion ɛna ɔnso nsa betumi aka ne nyinaa no momfa ɛyɛ the prize money for Division 1 ya dini na into Facebook Shamazo for when Fanny and this council in Nhyira na yabɛhwɛ MTN so as say ɔmo abɛyɛ headline sponsor at the ama yam 4 national teams the Black Star Black Queens select no me ɛyɛ starlight na Indian nso ahunkomo aya
rich first of all Congress no ye be di Congress ni mu politics ni nkomo no na ye wi a ye discuss me pm or Congress ho no aka enra MTN there no because more of
sikasem
sponsorship any sika by for me the biggest discussion should be nkofo mu be ni sika mu di rami e better na sustain you na ye suban penti e bi kwa bekan so we will come and discuss
no problem.
First of all, my in discussing Congress, no, any the political undertones I womb with the decisions of third term any other. Mama started from Uncle George Free. Yes, Obia on a perspective to voting. And your mom voted here. Barrage say I call Congress. Now there's a certain decision for football people to take. Na emu 114 vote for. Na emu 6 vote against. Na 3 abstain. There is no logic to say omo mu abstain ye no ni omo mu vote tia ye no. A decision e volume eche 114 no. There's no logic that can explain that. Inti mini Uncle George when he says, oh, Kotoko, the biggest club in Ghana, Abstaining, Wakala, your team at on the market, Abstaining, it doesn't speak any volume. Whatever volume I is speaking, Rich, it is less than 114 members of that Congress voting for Adieno. And that is the reason why today that decision has been taken and approved by Congress. Now, Rich, for clarity, Memaka say, yea and some 12. Your Jumedie is to present facts. Say, you present facts in the now your opinion we share. The moment we get into the opinion zone, the only difference between me and you will be a OT me and also watch me. I say, be any pakoni, a GD say. Mimi I would do informed analysis than on opinion. But when it comes to the matter of opinion, Rich, you can share our opinion on any decision in our sports. First of all, Rich, young Kensi Supi say, out of Nkonform call Congress National, say we are interested in the details of Omo Omututia any Omo Muabstenia. This is the lineup. Rich, you started with abstinence. No, me answer 3 votes. Vote me answer no. Aya kotoko 2.
And a bako account.
Bako account no is Ediana. And here and say, Yan another man called the 2 Ediana reps Anomoko Congress National. Then gave them direct instruction. Send na kotoko for China na pinkade no. Omo ko gina aduana name no. This was the instruction, Rich. Osaje for Ajambedu say, "Min call for amoko Congress na se no. Abato for the third term no. You have to vote yes. Name no say person will vote yes na, then abstain. None of you should vote no. And it is either you are voting yes or you abstain from second to Abano. And to the 2 reps of Ediana, 1 voted yes, 1 to say through the conviction, on to yes as instructed. So he abstained.
And to go for 3 on Webster here, 2 from Kotoko, 1 from Mediana. Omo vote against Rich. Accra Lions reps me and Omoko Honino because Emir Refi say last season, as at the time and that year prepare for the Congress, Accra Lions was a Premier League club. And to move 2 reps our Congress room or Omumi Nhyira 2 against. Karola dem penyifo mi ne koe. One of them was former media practitioner and now a lawyer. Lawyer Amande. Amande Obianim stands on this matter. He has spoken on public radio and TV. I was stating it clearly. He stands on this matter. Say on Jindi say it is a good decision to extend the term of the office of the president of the FA. Until a lawyer Amande voted no. And Tikarala had divided votes, 1 for yes, a lawyer Amande for no. Same with Samates. Samates went into the Congress with 2 reps, Ora Edmond Aka and Ayenya Ayamba. Aka voted yes, Ayamba voted no. And Tinama votes no Ababe 4, 2 from Accra Lions, a lawyer Amande and Ayamba. There is no way Nhyira Dubiase, unless miracle, will vote yes. Because Yenina Enim say Ora Abdul Salam as the thing clear say Ojiri say 30 no enya de ebeboa. So Nhyira Dubiase as a Division 1 club of 1 vote voted against it, making it 5. Then the last one, who else than Ralph Jamra of Brekum Chelsea, who also has on every platform I exercise any opinion. They say the 3rd term they are unsupported. And Chelsea also as a Premier League club, 1 voted for yes, then Ralph Jamra voted for no. And these are the 6 people who voting against, and I've already told you the 3 that abstained, the rest of the Congress, which is the 140, all voted yes. Now, Rich, this issue about 3rd term. Say obi a listener no wotie here. And next Saturday, the person will want us to bring him what are the arguments. Say the be a finally so opinion be a obetimi ase. What are the arguments? Omo moka say yes. Omo moka say no. What have been their arguments? Now, Rich, because medical kasa, I belong to those. Say, come here, congressman, I would have voted for no. And that is what I am going to do. I am going to present the argument for those who say it is a good decision. Then I will counter it with my opinion why I think say come here, congressman, I would have voted no. Dear Dikai, Rich, Emremuno. Omo say Yankojin Tumune say. And it's you see, sometimes Rich, you can even vote for no, but you understand the argument of the yes people. Why they are making that argument. I'm gonna say, number 1, Emrebie in Ghana limited the Ghana Football Association as an association and a company. Say Omuntiminko, their higher decision making platform, which is Congress, and make amendments in their status, including the term of former president. Entiam Rebia Ogana.
And number 1.
That is number 1. Now, in the same legal argument, Rich, they extend the argument and say, Uko the mother body, Ghana Football Association, AM member, which is FIFA and CAF. The office of the president at FIFA, the office of the president at CAF, all have 3 terms for the presidency. And if they are to mirror the legal framework of Omumada bodies now, BBNC will quite legally for them to also streamline Omo status to mirror that of FIFA and the CAF. So in the same legal framework, that is what they are saying. Then Rich, in the same legal framework, I must say the status of the FA, as at the time when Omunya Mene gave the ESCO members of the same GFA the opportunity to go 3 terms. But Obianim said in the operational running of the FA, Rich, the office of the president is just a member of the ESCO. Anything special if you go through the status of the GFA. The office of the president, which is the GFA president, or you're just a member of the ESCO. Only executive powers, only veto power, only extra votes or ESCO meetings. Only be extraordinary bia. And the in fairness, say me a member of an ESCO. Na ESCO no as a body. Et me kwa 3 terms. Why do you exclude my office, which is just an outlet of the ESCO, not to also have the same right to also go 3 terms? And when you say what here, majority of those people are almost go vote yes and say for them, and yet be to say some huge amendment you know, they are only going to correct an anomaly in the status. Because Omidini say a buffer normalization for the news say if they're enshrined.
And for Sobio.
Yes, 3 times Emma Esco, which the president is part of the Esco. Then be anyway, so it's just Francois they are going to correct. That has been the argument of the Congress members. Now, Rich, the extension of that argument, and that is why I come in with my own people in September. And I've always said it will be my point when it comes to in September and you making your points. Rich, I think so. We should always leave room for consensus building. And waive the right to paint the picture and the impression say, as a year some talk for yen and yansan in our way trim. And that the year becano. So Obinia Yadia just in Pacono. I've always said that say, look, we are not entitled to say your opinion are final and binding. Sadian,
you can only share our opinion.
And let's be liberal in that. See, I can say, Adia coming who said young Franco A, near Franco A. It doesn't mean no more with the Cobino. I damn people and I say, oh, we need the Omoyan. I say, Sebi, oh, we need answer. They just hold a different opinion to you. Now, Rich, why am I saying that? Yawai, the biggest association for sports journalists is SWAG. I'm a member there. But I know say if you are they are members of SWAG. And Obioti Mibianameka, the Sports Writers Association of Ghana. Ye Ghana said from which ye no. Yes, your association no. And they said the football fund belong to the GF, you know. Ye association, SWAG. Rich, if you say many fear. Your senior colleague and our father, Kamna has been president of SWAG.
Xander.
And God knows the number of times I work as president. And he said, what to say? In some Johnny be a member of SWAG. Unknown Association, you know. The president of Unknown Association, you know, has been there. And maybe we call limits, sir. Or Metina Radio so that Enkancha will say, Sebi, your senior colleague, I don't know whom Mugabe. And that Ghana Mrakano, you did 8 years, I didn't know. Oh, yes, our argument in it.
I had this argument, okay. Swag now the example. Whatever decision be on the call on meeting on Betikino. Said at the end of the day, any bearing on minus. Football, yes, a Kubia, Nipebinati. But we are on minor as a country. Said yes, so whatever decision be on Betikibian, it affects us. And the other thing, you enjoy almost a nomonia don't pay. Who say, maybe, and you enjoy almost a momonia don't pay. Okay, medical culture say, me, I would have voted for no, and I will come and make my argument. Okay, but I'm saying, say, as a matter of principle. Sure. As a matter of principle. So we in Semchoni. Now, so I will say, the Ghana Football Association members, Sebi, Nyansa Nimwa. And you are saying Nyansa Nim because you can't even phantom why FA president must go more than 2. Who association are all joining? The president of your association has been there. You've never raised any issue about it. When people raise the issue of so Yaman say
now my mu akwa president kwa yedi 8 years. Now they tell GFA president. And you compare the FA presidency to the president of Ghana. If someone approaches you, say we are swag member, no catch us okay. Then must we compare swag as an association? Any presidency also to the president? Will you be fair in your argument? I am only talking on matter of principle.
Okay.
Now, Rich, this is why I land on this matter.
Sure. Now, you moving on.
Didn't you make me a Congress member? I would have voted against him. Again, it's same on the matter of principles. Matter of principles. And let me say, area say, Rich, the moment you deviate from your principles, then you are being greedy. And you are not being conscious of where you are coming from. Rich, your free normalization, you know. I hear the first election at the FE. Ora Ketokreku e winning, you know. When the ESCO met, na omudi slogan, everybody wanting to say we are in a new era of our football. What was the slogan? Bring back the love.
Sure.
Rich, when they were talking about bringing back the love, who were they quoting that love from?
Ghana.
Was it within the Congress or was with the general citizenry of Ghana?
Got a perception out there na a fa football no sabi enye enkoyi
Midawasi. Enti unim. Ye fi baby ni eba o. And the slogan of this current administration reflects where we are coming from. The reason why normalization eba Ghana football mu na omu be yi omu djumedie na omu hand power to the football people. Their first approach to Ghanaians was to court us to bring back the love, and say they recognized at that time, say we the citizens are very important in the running of football. Rich, the moment you recognize, say, Charlie, a new man see in the past few months, any years, the public perception of football are damaged, and Kofuni Areshemu in the administration of football in this country. Among Kofo developing their bonifan strong apathy towards football. Okay, football asema, people get angry. Who bought the office of the GFA president, people get angry. There's a lot of corruption perception in the minds of Ghanaians about the football. And now we will say we should bring back the love. Now, Rich, in contributing to our perception now we're Ghana for team no. One of the major pillars was Kwesi Nyantakyi and his office as the president of the FA. What was the major criticisms against Kwesi Nyantakyi? People say, Ora, what be some?
So Mugabe.
What be yet also here? Why you see? There were allegations that people had no evidence to. A lot of them. But Rich, as a matter of principle, they are not Ghana for no BIA that didn't need any evidence. Was that? Watch it. Onko no be mrebi. Obi so bet me the fresh ideas. Obi crowd personality and the image can even change the perception at the FE. Rich, it is bounded in Sadiana Ghana for GDA being carried through the normalization and omuye status no san. It was because of where we are coming from. And then I informed Dr. Kofi Amu say, Charlie, say engage citizens now. Any football now, the baby and say, look, we should limit the power and the stay of one key office in the FA, which is the presidency. And to Rich, me busao. When the Bring Back the Love was launched, is the current Congress telling Yaya Bontini say within this 6 years, Sanyo Mani Ninano, Oma Yongo
the love back.
You get it? So Omuyo Musavia, Ghanaians now turned from why they launched Bring Back the Love to a romance story of Yapebo ni BM. Yenye GDA wo football administration mu BM. BBI are okay with us. And until now, say they can go back and ignore the same thing that formed the apathy perception. Nana, Rich, Sankomaya research kakra, and their answer will be a big no. And that should be the reason why they must still stay in that lane. Say Omusubembia, Omudisishimbia will go along with how they can bring us back to love the game, change our perception. Let us have the impression, say, oh, and go for football, ni ye muntia, and yet the omo to me be omo pet, omo now watch it, yeba wawa omo, yeba bomudi, attach it to Nyoma, and untino motiho. It's a Kamea member of Congress, Rich. That would have been my argument, say, Massa, the bring back the love slogan had an intention. It was to correct a certain perception. We are not even halfway through. Sadia na ye pese correct no. Enunti muma ye ye na yam feda and dipin sadia na we really wanted to correct no with this decision and our behavior. Rich, that is me. The reason why I would have voted against Sartre term no any day I concern, but this is politics of the FA. Someone will win, someone will lose. Into your way anymore.
Brown wisdom. I say swag GFA and I say Gaga. I don't want to talk about it. The fact that they hold a different opinion is not a problem, but we all know they are doing more harm to our game and they must leave. Brown wisdom and the same message the Abakovi. Yeah. If I'm wrong.
Rich, media, my stance on it is based on more of the effect on their person on their born rather than individuals. Makani several times and me will be a mempen nipa idiom Hong Kong. If the conversation is based on say Kete Pianaso pay yama Keta and I say Maketa, I'll recuse myself. Because me pesa adian. 3 times never bought Ghana Bob, I said more simple and titia.
From that angle.
Yes, then we are done. Everyone I say more. Because it is true, it is in line with best practice. But also, it is also important say, whilst that's in line with best practice now, situation I say, is this going to be good for us? And to be very honest with you, Rich, for a lot of people who believe that football is a public opinion good, it's a public good, you know. Public good beyond what you need is that you need to be right in the opticals, you know. Optics, they say almost perfect. And it doesn't look like the optics is right, especially if it is being done. Some is like here to create Samsung twice. But see, okay, fine. Optics no engemano. Ono kasa ja to waka say onye na adin so be contest oni kan yen adin. But when we take Ketias Okreku out, Sandy and never boy ana. Does it help us? You won't be paying. That is why for a lot of people who argue against the motion, they tell you say, when we had Mr. Kwesi Nyantakyi sit in there, it was to the extent that there was a lot of power drunk. Rich, power corrupts. Absolute power. It corrupts absolutely. And nothing that we are seeing be you don't give people who hold absolute power unlimited time or even more time than usual. So it is you see, whatever you do, the GFA has a bearing on a lot of things that Yeye Okroma say. Which you only people want to ma Nenije tied to Black Stars in Kanko. And Black Stars in yes, Black Stars in Kanko and the Kotoko near the Adini. You see, and it's important that if governments want to really get the football to be done in the right way, we need to find a way to redefine the organizational structure of the GFA. Because you see, Black Stars no your biggest brand. You're being managed by the GFA. But this GFA technically reach on count. What you are saying is called to down one bobo. And it is because Bakokurism believes, oh, Mikofi you explain the matter for me, but it doesn't hold water. It is me just shouting and then Mikomun Tinti and the ends there. Nobody takes that serious. Exactly. It is a truly, yes, say, we want to have a proper stake in the conversation of blacks, GFA and Semna. government should find a way to be involved in that conversation. And you just say,
FIFA frowns on that.
No, FIFA doesn't frown on government having an opinion on the running on the FA. FIFA does not.
Say Biana could take a decision.
No, Obianka said government go take a decision. But they are partners, Makacho. Chamana, Abanda Dan Warm. Nipa no me journalist saying Omoka say, oh, Abanfo Froba, Omoyi Jana for the go Makacho say Enone Kasakwa. The most important thing is to see the FA as a partner. Then find ways. So if really you want things to be done well, so at this point in time, if you listen to a lot of things, Woodsie, chief director from the ministry now, Rich, she ran away from almost everything about 3 terms. She didn't give an opinion, a professional stand of the ministry on the 3 terms. It was clear. So you see a proper representation for Timemufwa. You can't just leave it to FA and Clubs Association. Rich, club no kokot now. Or say for the very first time, say, oh, we need near 2 million. One of the man or one administration.
GFA.
30 years of administration. It has one person 30 years of pushes. Do you think the majority of the clubs will say no?
I'm saying unprecedented.
They're getting good money. These are
2 million.
These are businessmen. It is truly. If it's about Nipa, me, marketing people, representation of the game, and it's animal, then Mr. Government should find a way and represent the people over there. Because it is not enough
so, sir,
for 30+ million for being represented by club owners and representatives.
So, because of 2 million Ghana cedi now to be winning a league, Ebenyano inform me the decision of Omo for that.
Yeah.
Then Nipa no far from right.
Yes, and then bad thing for them to. And you the bonnet for the clubs to accept that. And you the bonnet because club no oya juma. O see a league ni sikanim. And Nipa no di anim na di 2 million about brains of financial league. Na Emma league enkosoro. It is what says can ono who say Nipa nas Nipa bonini. It is perspective. The glass may be half full, it may be half empty. It may me say me makani several times. So what I say, so these are good input into the Liga clubs. These are positives. Rich, see, I like a story about the input of certain opinion leaders. Rich, like chiefs of paramounts, and young crack that core clubs representative and say, from where we sit. You person want to form. So who say they want to abstain? Abstain any against who? Abstain say me sure. Intimate kabi. Why? It's interest, and there's nothing wrong with interest too. Ebi a club no more rather wo they believe says omo yes kabi say da. No papa ya dwuma ye your boy boy. Intini entum ko hono.
Nye de bia nya bia di.
Yes. Me ana me pen na de na we nya ni papa na we say no so die. No. Enya de papa. Let us talk about the matter. Me, uti GFA president say a anomaly.
I'm from so.
Anomaly is a mistake. I'm from so. I na crack up for the cement normalization. Maybe omoni pass. Mimi nyaya. Like we go back to Mr. Kofi Amwa
and ask him.
He is the chief. Na from so an money pass. Because me crown me ntiase. I've been asking this question. I didn't tell my executive.
Ebi so at said na ya like no. I'm also engage the mood of the Ghanaian people.
Then we miss that opportunity. And I have heard Hala say this thing before about missing opportunity during normalization to do certain things. Then we missed an opportunity. Then maybe during normalization, we did ourselves a disservice. Because open the 3 terms are in normalization. Obi be 3 terms. Open the 2 terms, ESCO, GFA president, 2 terms, Obi Anko. Unless me the only arguments and where I might try say okay, it will make sense to say be continuity. Say be a GFA president for from Eba. It says go forward than all ba almost on in seminar buano. It any 2 terms or 3 terms. But even that.
What about we also extending these questions, and then try to find where the loophole one to FIFA. Say, normalization by. They came to assess a certain situation. And on Mujina some a status be mine.
omoya status in along the way they informed more why they are taking this into account and doing the things this way that way. And I'm so okay. Per the much any day and ye FIFA ye just status where normalization from the abano ye gitum. Now when the Ghana Football Association actually the new amendment to FIFA and then they wanted to increase ESCO almost Derby they are on aye. So why didn't FIFA tell Ghana Football Association say the normalization for catching the reason why they've given you 2 terms now? Ye gidi say I idea bia sebi munyam try enti eno so no mu maintain this year. I also think that there's one huge gap with FIFA.
But I'm always FIFA,
especially when then why do you allow that? Because and also you're informed by what normalization told you.
Because technically, Sisi and Omo mirror FIFA. It's the engine and you 2 different for FIFA is the FIFA na Canada we 3 times. It means me so una am boss na me do achi.
The way na bia.
Sisi and Kofone the ama there. You see one shenia and Debian Prime Bono. Man shenia the people that listen to us. Ebe push you and then after that you make huge mistakes. You do set rich. I'm saying that there are people who hold of high value. In Kofu ebi kwampanka ode san kets ebe jay ndim kwase koni komo. They have abstained. Who am I? You should do more.
But Sikasano there because of a raining
rich
media. If I say running from this angle, sustainability.
Yes. Massive is simple.
And there because 2 million they more there. You see, at least in Ghana, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million.
Me only bibi papa to say.
Kitu ebina yema for them.
2 separate sponsorship. And I say investment in 2
million for
first one
national
for the
teams.
National teams and first one for the league. Sika to 2 din Congress national. Rich simple. Clubs no more Congress. Any omonijia omo ede welcome investment any investors. There is only one advice to them, Rich. Eye omo suban any omo professionalism and be maintaining this investment and even bring more investors. Omo suban any omo professionalism and be maintaining these investors and even bring more. Bibia wom bi asama makan bibia wom
3 points we ebeje
subai any professionalism. Now Rich national team no. I mean 2005 to 2006 President Kofo and Osafo Mafo brought Go Face Takwa Damai. Rich from 2006 by the time we do 2010 we had 13 sponsors for the Black Stars alone.
Yeah, called Sarbeka 2010.
Yes!
13
sponsors. So many takwa da mine buy. You na Guinness Saba, na Unibank ba, na Rice Master. You can add.
I think Blue Plains be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rich 13. My yes idea that's why offered it can come. Rich gradually after 2010 we lost all of them. I didn't hear. National team and your almighty team Rich and your and your coach to me allow the national team ne communication ne culture ne operations to be transparent and reflect the national spirit. Tietia. That is the only way any Ghanaian corporate at in Kenya Obeka said this brand represents the Ghanaian spirit. And to me, Sika Ebaba Beshim. The moment you detect, say, the national team is being run in a way that doesn't resonate with the national spirit, Rich, people will abandon it just as after 2010. From 13 sponsors, we came to none. And your football, so over here, Rich Geji, as between 2006 to 2010 national team net saying. Now, Bosubia, look at every Ghanaian's attitude towards it. They were doing war. There were a lot of transparency. The culture of the team was now refreshing to every Ghanaian. But the moment that you do the peak of your performance after 2010, me start to say their communication, their transparency, any normal baby, and only the supporters so and promote sponsors and so. And if you want to also get more, send a metal for now. Let the national team always reflect the spirit of the nation. Open up. Let people and yes, I know rich football simple. You want investment, you are getting them, but you must have a blueprint of how to maintain them and all multimedia demand.
So our the Accra Sports at 5 p.m. and you may the Gamanche or more a peace cap and so basso. Half the folk and out of lounge and the ever pimso and so on some. Oh, but my catch says, a year, so and now the weekend so dear. Anna, so what's in common? I say, if you mean you weekend that. And a good year, no. Me and Casame Bra Penny Super, or Bundy, or say, would you be 2 for Manny every Monday, Friday in 2 for. The good year, a foot near 2 and far, Miss So, and your Majibiani, Majibu, Unchadan, and Unia, or the annual so case condom. No more home by now, one coffee at Dibia. And so I'm fat amahunti. But very nice. So maybe I would tell me piano or qua a pharmacy or no catching so open kiss condom. Sans no and a big to me and so boy sans and yet chairman bia and a year chairman. Come for Sabamisha and then so be draw diabetes. Me patch or liver and a problem about home BP. Sounds on a chronic head diseases beyond a bit to us here. And so about na and so if you are the amount infections out do you know ticket in the nano can for say me shall come for at the amount of demands calling nakab me apidan gilligood pharmaceuticals would now santas on sabit me akabi konongo brekum nkoko sunyan edrebi awo a drone ye into be an kotobi e bi dro about your number near 0245 455 740 yedi anu asio ye be lines no 03220 83581 83582 83583 Mumra na monso munche madwen hello
Opanyin kase me mo atiano pay
meje so
obi bini takini esreso na bibutua akokra mekasei nyankopon onhira papa na mencha doctor ya osei edikum kakra me kan se mesre kotokoji tafo enne akonya na bow with to one corner bia wutini tieska ema kotoko yes ye kotoko yi yesre fabu senso no e wa bonten kotoko titani bia empa no hunsem bosume uma kotoko facilities ye timiye na nim fa ntuma pafra na mu ye da ya kono a ye ni anya ni baje enti yesi kwa tia dia feliska na ye kotoko titafo fabu senso no mon fa mo hunsem ye contribute ma team no ye fa nye team ni ye
yeah that's pa Emfa Fufro, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Richardo.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Arafat Fobiani.
Hey.
You do it to Manita.
Arafat.
Richardo.
Is it what saying?
Oh, it's a Manita. What I say? One corner.
I see.
Me do me Howende. Alaja Bulami. O Manita show. Ana chama Kotoro Ashanti Regional football chairman also a monetization. Richardo, the American say if you are never there, which means Chelsea, you are already pop. You are already party teams now all England. Ah now okay say man you move agino. Man you I quite oh atam kutwa.
Mate sorry, I will line no drop you for now. Hello.
I will not say income of your who are demo.
Emos.
It's just 5 folder airport about papa, Madam Jumana Papa, and somehow. And some papa, Minchamia Mofa, hot loto, Michanapa. na papa na so ko be ko ma professor asantoko toko kuma papa ba o kwade na ne supporters yan fa yan play ball and try your boys yechi yan kotoko na yetima ko bi man so akwaji cap etim dia ba e cheso kotoko your boys ye show mo ankura but ma ye ebroso ye nim so ba almost tough no kotoko dia ye menka mo
enso edase ye fa fufro hello
Ricardo.
Yes sir.
Ya pachana ni nisi ko jesu. Na Richard al peste mama baso. Ne ka sma boy juye papa papa. Na mcha chama so ni kam na sa ke chama papa ba ko te. Eh na mai fo mo se on ba sa na.
Yeah sure mo nyese ase.
Eh sa. Na Juventus qualifier Saliba Gabriel ada munche mudina on.
Yenim zo mu nyina ho.
Na mudi kuha testo e kwa sho mo.
And
o ya man fana sa tene suwa but etina kwa Arsenal even premier you Old Trafford wrong e be jo musem na Arsenal team the boss he said ubo Dimendi Rice Odegaard na major na Staka Gokeres na kai many wa all the many euro money have in the game etina kia piaso rinner kajua
ate baba to Old Trafford the Mobody, right? Baba, hello.
Over.
Yes, sir.
Now, where? Now, when you have a boss, no way. I can't do the quality to any of my Esther. Now, I feel like there's no better than started at that war.
2 million Ghana cedis.
Yes, sir. Can you see 20 billion? Yes, sir. The best house of folk. The best house of folk. The phone of mobile. They are black, but the photo player behind the name Munyadini, your born and what the hell. People with my brother, the Okran and I cry to try a pay. Yet, me, the idea they got I don't know who you must say. Papa moves reference to the opinion. The circus go down for the down. Number one,
but that's it. Yeah, from hello.
Hello, Ricardo.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to live up the workman to be with you. So, I then I would be taco to customer. No, how you come and get plaza.
I'm saying on me cousin. I don't know the and go to meet you now and discuss it. The only discussion a year about to know what you are abstaining. No. Okay.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good, Charo.
Yes, sir.
Frederick New Admakase. My mama about sopa and Danina and Sempa Modebre. The attorney said, Achana. At this Achana House of Folk. Most of one match or Accra.
Peace Cup, no?
Yeah, one fire town, but you say, from where now. Captain almost my German. That's a
young last caller now. Yes, sir. Hello.
Hello.
Albany.
Ricardo.
AKA DL. Rasta. Pacho meet you.
Let us say, I'm a phone. I do my one the engineer. Kia do gas school. Skumasa Shamala Casana, the man who killed you, Mamentiano. I mean, China, Papia will be a chop, the shishest man. So, I would you on a Ricardo?
Me, godfather, no.
Miss, I was no godfather, no come Papa.
And Tina Crumo and his Koto, a baby.
Yes.
The Hong Kong, and so because none of the own shit.
Debbie,
a papa.
Yes.
A bonus of for.
Yes. Now, a man pointing a year, my go I feel to come with you. And a bear, I want to say, Mandada. And you bear a bear walk at the bear guy. Oh, no, Mamma, is here from my you and you. My you 2 man, your mamma says from Matisse. None of them from your BBC or something. Near my you 2 man, your number say machines, your honor, not near Yazam what Yuma. That's it. Oh, we want something.
I said the info we see now. I can see
Kwabna.
Yes,
the better episode you can fa ebeboa. Udi Manchester cha adwuma no beja. Na no Jimmy the bepa ebegyina mpa cha the man.
Me general manager mo.
Second one so Janto bepa cha san the man. So one telefo. We cry ala patch so now o can the aka into. One anka say me say one be hu edi Kwabna. Ma me fa with that pa Fama Lady Franca. Lady Franca ewo UK. Na ya can share from listeners Lady Franca. Edimu tintima ye pa na ya na woda. Na kwakwa na woda de America say Nyankopon hia na oma na kuma sa de nyina mram nia wo prehwe de empire wo bo no kokua mu nyina Nyankopon ma ne mram nti happy birthday to you Lady Franca. Kwabna Kofi de no
yenwe na fatilo and sami up na yen sorry
Chairman
Echado
na dey na ko
the channel say odo no chirem ewo atwuma boko
many more pa
atwuma tachima ne yina sa community mu fe nhire fi mu ndi agro na Lordwish tournament no so afriase
okay
afriase August 3rd August ya ombaba kopim so mewrem nyame adoma next year 1st January eno mbewie eno ntino Lordwish groups name yansa group A Preman FC Reneso Game Man Abase Rukus group B no Wawase Young Controllers Echo Club Zongo Boys Afasia Born Special Boys and a group C no Echima United ABN Ahonjo Samson Achiramade Boys and Afosibo FC eno ntino nyame adoma yaguswa ebo na players akokuda mebre ene omurem ewo atwon boko park ne so Lordwish atwon boko tournament no obi anfa ne hunjim na bibia soso entimi enye kama
ate yadase ate for idimasi abenwa Chairman
Richard
Mami chairman kaze
akokura no